Hey everyone, we are here to do another axolotl. I am using my Let's Resin mold. It says 4.5 ounces, but I mixed up 5 ounces to be safe. The first thing I'm going to do is pour just a little bit, maybe around an ounce in this cup. And I'm going to mix up something for the little antenna. So I have Octopus Fluids Resin Ink Petrol. I'm going to put 2 drops in my little cup. And then I'm going to put from Laura's Art Corner a little Magnolia Shimmer because I do want the antennas to look a little different. Actually, let's do a little more. Okay. I'm going to give that a good mix. All right, then let's see if I can find them. I'm always a discombobulated mess. Oh, I don't see one. I was gonna look for my droppers, but you know what? I couldn't find one easily, so we're gonna do this the hard way. So I'm just gonna turn the mold. Dump it in there. I'm gonna pinch it a little bit to get it into the ends. Pinching it pushes the air pockets up because what you want to do is that you want to get that air to go away. I'm gonna give it another little, need a little more. Work it in there a little more. Pinching and prodding as we go. All right. Now the tricky part is doing the other side. I could let it cure and then do it. But no, let's just go ahead and make this tricky, shall we? So now I'm gonna go over to the other side, pinching, poking, and prodding. Watching the air bubbles pop up out of it. What it's doing is the resin's just going back and forth, filling into these holes. And that's okay, because I'm okay with the head being just a little different than the body. All right. Now, that being said, I am going to try to, I have my little plastic scoopy thing here. I'm going to try to push some of that resin back up in those holes from me playing around with it. I love this little tool. It's easy to clean. You could use it over and over again. And whenever you're trying to do edges and stuff, it really is the best tool. I think I got it free with resin or something. I don't even remember. All I know is all of a sudden another one appears and I'm like, yes, win. All right. That's enough playing with that. See, just wipe it off. We're done with that. All right. Now, what I'm going to do for the rest of this little guy, first I'm going to spray him down with my alcohol to hopefully mitigate any bubbles I might get. Then I'm going to take my resin. I'm going to put a drop of Elmer's glue, the clear one. Actually, it ended up being 2 drops, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. And then I'm going to take these inclusion things, these little iridescent wrappers, and I'm going to dump them in the cup. Oh, forgot the most important thing, my color. I'm going to put 2 drops of the petrol, actually 4. I want a little color, not a lot, because I want the opalescent to be what the color is. Give it a good stir. Now, the Elmer's clear glue, mine says washable. It will make it gel up. So what it does is if you have glitter and stuff that you want in and you don't want it to sink all to the bottom, you add a little bit of this glue and it thickens up your resin so what your add-ins don't sink to the bottom. You just have to make sure you give it a good mix. That's what I'm doing now. All right. Then I'm going to give it a dump in. And you can see it's really gelatinous, right? It's very thick. And that's what that tiny bit of glue did. So you don't want to use too much. I might have used a little too much, but it's okay. It's going to work. I need to scrape my cup a little. I want to get as much as I can out of here. All right, and that little bit that we have left over here, we want to go and do our little feet. Move everything out of my way so I'm not knocking things over. So I'm pouring it in towards the feet and filling the rest of the mold. Ooh, a little too fast there. And I want it to naturally push away from the feet into the mold. That's why I'm not pouring it in the center. Poured a little too much. All right, that's all I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna work with it some. Because I mixed those mix-ins in, I am gonna have bubble issues. So I do need to go around and I'll squeeze every crevice. I'll tap, because tapping helps get rid of the bubbles. I'll spray with alcohol spray. And I'll also, that one, have my toothpick. I'll get the end really wet and I'll go up underneath the lip of the mold. And I'll keep working it. Like I can see bubbles here. So I'll try to work those out first. And if that doesn't work, then I'll use the toothpick trick and lots of other tricks. But usually squeezing the area helps get the bubbles out. But anytime you add inclusions or anything to the resin like this and give it a good mix, you're bound to get bubbles. And you just have to work on them, get them out of there. Tapping helps a lot. Here's the squeezing I'm talking about. You can see the bubbles move up. And that's why you don't want to fill the mold all the way either. Once they come forward, you can put a little alcohol on your toothpick and help it away. So squeeze, push bubbles forward, and then use your toothpick with a little bit of alcohol to encourage the bubbles to go away. Around the edge. And you just have to keep working with it for a while until all the bubbles come up and out. It does take some manipulation, but it's how we get bubble-free products. All right, well, we'll be back when this is ready to unmold.
All right, well, I already unmolded him because he's tricky to get out of the mold, and he came out really very cute, just adorable. I'm gonna put some eyes on him though. I think that would look really cool.